stop of the Adirondack KBF tournament trail. We're out on the Great Sacandaga Lake today. Should be a good one. The temperature overnight dropped quite a bit. It got down into the 50s, which is the coolest night that we've had in a while, so I'm not sure what that's going to do to the fish. I found a little bit of a pattern in practice, fishing drop shots on a grass line, and I've got a couple other sneaky spots that I plan on hitting today. If you've watched the previous practice videos that I did on this lake, you'll know that this is a tough fishery. There's not a lot of huge fish in here, so anything over 16 inches on this lake is going to be a really good catch that's going to go towards a limit. I had a hard time finding anything like that in practice, but I did get on a nice little pattern. This is one of those lakes where, you know, I think that if you're able to catch a lot of fish and make incremental upgrades, that makes a big difference at the end of the day with what your final length is for the tournament. So that's what I'm going to try to focus on today, is just put numbers in the boat, just trying to make those incremental upgrades. This place is huge. This is the biggest reservoir in the state of New York. It was dammed up in around 1930. The reason is that the dam offers power generation to the state, but it also is primarily used for flood control. This lake feeds into the Hudson River, which obviously flows down towards Troy and Albany, and historically they had a lot of flooding problems in the early 1900s, so they dammed this place up. The water level fluctuates quite a bit, which I think is why some of these fish are stunted, but you know, this place is beautiful. It's got some beautiful scenery. I'm hoping to catch a limit today and, you know, put some more AOI points on the board. That's the ultimate goal for this year, is to finish in the top 10 so that we can fish in the state invitationals, which are being held at Lake George. I'm really looking forward to that. That's kind of been my goal going into this year for this tournament trail series. So I'll take you with me and I'll see you out there. Tell me that's what's down there. Don't tell me that's what's down there. We got one on a Ned rig on the bottom where I just kind of like snapping it on the bottom. First one of the day. Not big, but we'll take it. That on pure live scope on for it. I don't know if this guy's gonna measure. He's probably too small. Half. Nope. No. Well, I wasn't even recording and I just lost a big one. That really hurts. I had probably, I would say at least a 17 or an 18 incher on, and he jumped and threw the hook. Oh, we are struggling big time today, and I cannot afford to be making those kinds of mistakes. Take it. Oh man. I'm gonna go 12 inches. I think that fish is gonna be just a hair short. No, come on. I need a thinner hook. I should be hooking these fish. I'm switching over to a little bit of a thinner wire hook. I've had 2 get off in the last 10 minutes. Should penetrate a little easier. So we'll see if we can get another bite and see if this makes a difference. No! I have lost more fish today than I have the entire year. I don't know if I don't have my drag set hard enough. I'm just throwing this wacky rig on the inside edge of the weed line, and I've seen a couple fish sitting at the base of these, at the base of the grass, and they're swimming out and getting it, and they're fighting over it, which tells me that we're on the right pattern. No. Son of a gun. Why do I keep losing so many fish? You know, part of me wants to say that this is just the nature of smallmouth fishing because they jump and they're so nasty, but I can't believe the number of fish that I've lost today. Unbelievable. got a 15. That's the best fish of the day so far. It is so tough. It is so tough. I'm losing so many fish. I had another one on right before that, and the fish jumped and threw the hook. It's just, man, what a disaster of a day today has been. Oh. Our smallest fish right now is a 13.5. Getting some better fish where it's getting windier out, and just throwing this Neko rig in about, I don't know, 10 to 12 feet of water in the grass, and we're getting a few bites. That's not going to be an upgrade. I think they were on a decent little pattern here, but it's just a matter of finding and running into the bigger fish. I haven't really looked at the leaderboard to see what people are catching today. I know that there are people in the mid 70s and stuff like that, but I don't know what the big fish is in this tournament. I'm just trying to keep my head down, and these incremental upgrades are going to be, you know, what makes a difference between, you know, 5th place and 15th place. So I don't think this is an upgrade. No, that's a 12. No, I didn't have the GoPro on, but I just caught one of the right fish. It's a 16-inch smallmouth on a Great Lakes finesse underspin and a Kayak swim bait. So I thought that maybe these fish might be chasing small minnows. I've seen these small minnows all over the place, but obviously I haven't thrown anything to kind of mimic that. But this sneaky underspin has a small blade on it that you know, kind of does mimic those little bait fish. So 13 and a half and no 12. Oh, man. That'll do it for Adirondack KBF on Sacandaga Lake. That was brutal. I'm pretty disappointed. I'm gonna motor back. I'm gonna give you guys an update after that. I'm pretty disappointed with the way that this turned out because we lost so many fish, and I'll explain why later. Pretty disappointing, but I'll talk to you guys soon. All right, guys, it's been a couple of days. I've had a little bit of time to sort out my thoughts on what I wanted to say for an outro for this video. That was a tough one, and that's going to be hard to watch. As I talked about in the beginning, the Sacandaga Lake is one of those lakes where, you know, we're looking for incremental upgrades, and I really needed to put those fish in the boat that I lost during that tournament. It would have made a huge difference. I think I finished in 12th place. I'm not going to make excuses or anything like that, but I was, you know, 2 or 3 inches out of finishing in the top 6 or 7 or something like that. And I really was hoping to get into the top 10 during that tournament, but I don't know if there was something wrong with my setup. I'm going to show you what I was using for that Neko rig, but what I was using was, it's a Shimano Poison Adrena rod, okay? And I don't know if you're going to be able to see the specs on this, but it's a 7-foot medium. To start, I was using a 4-inch Yamamoto Senko. You can see there's bite marks all over this. Got a nail weight in the front. Okay, and I'm using one of those VMC crossover rings in the center, just a green pumpkin Senko. That's what I was using. I had Gamakatsu G-Finesse hooks that I was using. It's supposed to be a 1/0 hook, but the wire on this looks pretty heavy to me for a 1/0 hook. So I don't know. I'm assuming that I just wasn't getting very good hook penetration with that hook. Later on in the day, I ended up switching over to one of these octopus hooks, which probably isn't ideal for fishing a Neko rig, but I was losing so many fish on that Neko hook that I just felt like I needed to make a change. And then later on in the day, I ended up switching over to this, I don't know if you can really see it here, but this is it's a VMC Neko hook that has a little bit lighter wire too. So my fault, that's my mistake. I've got to sort out that combination. I'm not real experienced with fishing Neko rigs, but you know, I'm gonna have to figure it out because that seems like something that's starting to work for me. So I've just got to get that dialed in and figure out what's going on. I appreciate you guys coming with me. Hopefully you learned something. Let me know down in the comments what you think about that setup and what could be improved. I'd really appreciate to hear some input from you guys. Let me know what you think, and I will catch you on the next one.